What you need to do now in your business is get ready and get prepared, start measuring, start planning for what's going to happen in 6 months. Are you going to be top of mind? Are you going to be top of choice? If you're not, the market will envelop you. When we look at these revenue forecasts and what you are planning and preparing to do, it's two things you need to think about. One is it's going to be harder to get the money. Number two is your costs have gone up significantly. So how do you prepare for this? The economy doesn't care about your business, neither does the market. It needs to be you. So here is some of the tactical things that you should start to think about and implement in terms of preparation for this. So first things I did.
Time to get fired up. Yeah, I'm getting fired up.
Your thoughts can become plans. Plans can become actions. And actions become a reality. We share powerful stories and simple steps to fast track your business and personal growth. Are you ready to make it happen? Let's get fired up. Welcome back to the Fired Up Life podcast. We are here to talk about the market conditions and how you can react and prepare for when things change. I'm sure you're all feeling a bit of pinch at the moment. Groceries, power, school fees, water, rates, everything seems to be going through the roof. It's insane. I was at the supermarket the other day. Can of deodorant, $12.50. Fucking, if anything stinks, that does. Still had to buy it, of course, but at the end of the day, this is where we're at. And what I've been talking to some of my clients around in the coaching business is when we look at these revenue forecasts and what you are planning and preparing to do, it's two things you need to think about. One is it's going to be harder to get the money because everybody's feeling this pinch, which means that everybody's feeling this pinch, right? So it's going to be harder to get the money. Number two is your costs have gone up significantly. So if you don't compensate for that cost increase, then you are basically going, hey, I need to make 25% more revenue to cover the 25% of the cost increase. I'm just at zero. So you have to bring that into the equation. So how do you prepare for this? Cash flow is king for this situation. Why? Because you need to have enough reserves to be prepared for a downward trend in revenue and an upward trend in cost. So make sure that you are preparing for that. This is kind of like the stack away situation, right? I'm going to stack and get this built up for the likelihood of bad times coming down the line. All the market indicators, the inflation, all the political shit that's going on is going to have an impact on it. But guess what? The economy doesn't care about your business, neither does the market. It needs to be you. So here is some of the tactical things that you should start to think about and implement in terms of preparation for this. I've just gone through this recently myself because it's like, 3 businesses juggling everything around, really tight market conditions, harder to get the money, people pulling budgets and all sort of stuff. It's like, shit, let's get ready. There's a bit of chaos mode, there's a bit of triage, but also preparing for the second half of 2024, preparing for the first half of 2025, and if need be, for peace of mind, preparing for beyond. So first things I did, go look at all of your costs. Look at all of your costs, make sure it all is necessary. I'll give you an example of me, looked at all the costs. There's Netflix, there's Prime, there's Disney Plus, there's Binge. Like, hang on a second, where's 100 month-long subscriptions that we're not using? Chop out the unnecessary. Might be just short term, but chop out the unnecessary. Negotiate with suppliers for longer terms, cheaper prices. Negotiate with power companies, insurance companies, whatever you do, start to look at those cost-cutting measures that you can implement. Outsource. Go and outsource where possible because some of the stuff you must have. I must do marketing. I've got to have the website updated. I've got to keep the lead engine funnel packed. Great. Get that done at a lower cost. Get some of your repetitive, non-revenue generating tasks off your plate onto someone else's at a low cost. Improved collection processes. So if you're in a business that is sending bills and invoices, bring that time forward to get paid. Oh, we can't do that. Our customers always pay in 30 days. Cool. Put an offer in place. If you pay within the next 10 days, we can reduce that price. If you pay within the next 10 days, we'll give you this. You have to incentivize it to happen because when everybody's looking at their bills on the plate, which ones are needed this week? Tick, tick, tick. Which one's the next month? If you're on that next month poll, telling you you're getting paid next month. So how do you bring yourself forward to get paid quicker? We spoke about implementing saving measures. I also think that right now is the time to be thinking about high touch, high quality customer service. If you have a customer base, this is time to start communicating. Hi, how are you? This is what we're doing. How can we help? We thought you'd be interested in this offer. Get them into that lead funnel. Start generating that pipeline of potential sales that are going to start coming down the track. With customers that you have that are spending, this is the check-in point. Same sort of conversation we're having here. Hello, customer. How are you? How's business going? Is there anything more we can do to help you? Make sure that when they do actually start to look through their list of cost cutting, that you don't want to be up the top of that. You'll find people start to go through the process. If they've got, large teams, they'll start cutting people. You have to. It's the biggest expense within a business. So how can we take 2 people and make it 1? And they just pile on more responsibility. And if you've got a job, you're probably feeling this at the moment, more responsibility for you, more time, more tasks, and you just start to get overwhelmed with that. But that's the business direction because people is their biggest cost. In terms of what else would they cut? It tends to be training. It tends to be marketing. It tends to be events, Friday night drinks, parties. All of that stuff will be the first to come off the list. Embrace liberation with the Freedom People's Pillars. Empower your life through the Freedom People's 5 Pillars of Freedom. Their framework promotes personal and collective liberty, forging a path to autonomy, knowledge, privacy, self-reliance, and community. Transform with them to rise above constraints and reclaim your rights. Rise free, stand united, evolve with purpose, begin transforming today. Visit thefreedompeople.org, the proud sponsor of today's episode. Have a look within your organization and see where you can trim. But I would also lean on a side of caution here. Don't trim where the money needs to be spent. This is not a time to pull back on your brand and advertising and offering. In fact, it's the opposite. This is a time to double down on that because as the dollar gets harder to take out of the market, it will be the ones who are providing the best customer service, who are front of mind, who are engaged, who are offering terms, who are offering flexibility. They're going to be the ones who get a piece of that. So this is where we talk about ROI, which I mentioned in the last episode. That is a critical point because people are trying to save money and put it to the side. Do that smart. Make sure that that's calculated and well thought out, because on the flip side, you should be spending more money in certain areas to make sure that this works well. Diversify revenue streams. If you're a one product, one service wonder, what else can you add on to that? There is definitely opportunity there, which will either be complementary to what you're already doing, or it can be added on easily. Give you an example. One of my clients, they run an awesome painting business. They do a fantastic job. They're very, very good at it. And whilst they're on site, we're saying, why are you not asking the customer, hey, would be happy to do a pressure wash of your driveway whilst we're here for X amount of dollars? You're there, the team's there, the customer will likely be interested in that, but just start asking the question, have the equipment ready to go? Because if you ask 10 customers and 3 of them bite on that, then that is additional income stream that you did not have and did not used to do. So keep, driving those things. What are the add-ons? What makes sense? What's complementary for the business? And start to think about that as well. Collaborate with other businesses. Sometimes this can work very well in terms of connecting what you do. So I'll give you just a top line example here, but it could be something along the lines of you partner with a certain company, and if they connect to your company with that, there'll be some sort of discount or value add. If you think about the Fired Up business, on our website, we've got the partners page. So we are saying these are our recommendations. Use these guys. And if you do use those guys, go to the website, you'll see this. They offer a $50 discount for any project that you do with them by using campaign code BEN50 because I'm directing business their way. So in exchange, they're offering a discount for that service. Automate processes as quick as you can. I mentioned this with the outsourcing, but it's around do not waste your time on non-revenue items or tasks. You need to be focusing on dollar productive things. Last but not least, I think just in terms of the market and stuff, we can get very overwhelmed with whatever you're seeing on the news, what people are saying, doom and gloom, costs are going up, business is hard. You can get caught up in that mess, and I have been there. You have two options. You either get caught up in that mess and let it happen to you, or you need to actually get refocused and start to double down. Whatever you're feeling now, you actually are not seeing that play out. That's going to play out in 6 months. So what you need to do now in your business is get ready and get prepared, start measuring, start planning for what's going to happen in 6 months, for what's going to happen in 12 months. Because if you are reactive to what's going on today, that's when you get into problem down the track, because you can't go, shit, the market reports have just come out, taxes are going up, childcare is going up, now I need to change my business. You're too late. So prepare now and get ready for it, because, from my personal opinion, is it's going to get a bit harder. It doesn't mean the world stops. It doesn't mean business stops. It means people get very specific about what they're spending and who they're spending it with. So are you going to be top of mind? Are you going to be top of choice? Are you adding extra value and amazing service and making it easy for people to do business with you? If you're not, the market will envelop you. But if you are, you will get through the tough times and you will be excelling once good times return, which they always do. Thanks for watching the episode. Please do reach out to us on the Fired Up Facebook group if you need help with this, and we will be more than happy to do so. Catch you later. If you've enjoyed this episode, then subscribe on YouTube or follow our podcast on your favorite platform. We drop a new episode every week. You'll be doing us a massive favor. If you know someone that would benefit from listening to this, then share it with them. You'll be doing them a massive favor. And if you want the tips, tools, and resources to support you on this journey, then join our exclusive Facebook community and follow our socials. You'll be doing yourself a massive favor.